Have you ever wondered why, even when doing everything right, taking your medications, eating better, trying to stay active, you still feel your body getting weaker, your muscles disappearing, your movements slower, and your energy fading? Well, know this. There's a dark reason behind it. The truth is, aging doesn't destroy the body all at once. It corrodes it silently. First, your legs begin to weaken. Then come the nerve pains, changes in sensitivity, and loss of vitality. And before you realize it, your body starts shutting down, slowly, without mercy. But here's what the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to find out. There is a natural, simple, scientifically proven drink that can slow down these processes. Yes, natural, nothing industrial, no side effects, just powerful liquids hidden from most people because they actually work. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 natural drinks that are changing the lives of people over 50. Drinks that help recover muscle mass, improve nerve health, strengthen the immune system, and of course, preserve your independence. And one of them, the most surprising of all, has a direct impact on the brain. But it only works if prepared the right way. Stay with me until the end, because I'll show you exactly how to make this drink properly and reveal a common mistake that causes many seniors to miss out on its benefits without even realizing it. And if you want to live longer with real health, subscribe to the channel now. Many people are getting sick from lack of information. This might be the breakthrough your body is asking for. Drink 1. Fresh beet juice. Have you ever felt your legs give out during a walk? Or that kind of exhaustion so intense that just thinking about going up a flight of stairs makes you give up? This might not just be age. It could be a lack of oxygen in your muscles. As the years pass, blood vessels lose flexibility, making it harder to deliver oxygen to your muscles. And without enough oxygen, your body starts to failure. Strength fades, your energy vanishes. But there's a drink that can change that: fresh beet juice. Now, you might be thinking, but isn't beetroot full of sugar? And that's a common and fair question. The truth is, yes, beetroot has natural sugar. But unlike orange juice, for example, which is high in simple fructose and has a high glycemic index, beetroot is packed with fiber and antioxidants, and its sugars come with bioactive compounds that help your body not harm it. Even more important, beetroot is one of the richest natural sources of nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels, improves circulation, oxygenates muscles, and reduces fatigue. A study from the University of Exeter showed that seniors who drank beet juice before walking experienced better physical performance and less perceived effort. In other words, their bodies used less energy to do the same movements. And there's more. Improved circulation also helps relieve mild neuropathy symptoms, such as numbness and tingling in the extremities. Want to make it? It's simple. 1 medium raw beetroot, half a green apple, and 250 milliliters of water. To boost it, add a pinch of ginger. The flavor is mild, refreshing, and the impact on your body can be felt in less than a week. But be careful. If you have very low blood pressure or take anticoagulants, talk to your doctor before consuming it regularly. Now, imagine your life with stronger legs, fewer pains, more freedom to walk, stretch, and move without fear of falling. That's what this drink delivers. And speaking of relief, the next drink works directly on inflamed nerves and might be the key to ending pain and numbness that's followed you for years. Drink 2. The golden milk that soothes nerves and fights silent pain. Have you ever felt numbness in your feet when waking up? Or a tingling in your hands that seems to have no cause? These small signs, often ignored, may be early warnings that your nerves are crying out for help. As we age, the body loses part of its ability to regenerate nerve tissues. On top of that, oxidative stress, a silent enemy, damages nerves and causes chronic inflammation. The result? Unexplained pains, burning sensations, altered sensitivity, and a quality of life that slowly fades. But there's an ancient drink that can help, called golden milk. This recipe combines turmeric, plant-based milk, and a touch of black pepper to calm the nervous system and reduce neural inflammation. Turmeric is rich in curcumin, a bioactive compound with clinically proven anti-inflammatory action. In 2020, researchers published in Frontiers in Pharmacology that curcumin can improve symptoms of peripheral neuropathy and protect nerves from degeneration. And don't worry about the fat in the milk. In fact, plant-based milk with a little natural fat like coconut or almond milk helps absorb the curcumin. The pepper activates an enzyme that boosts turmeric's effects by up to 2,000%. It's literally medicinal synergy. To prepare it is simple. 200 milliliters of plant-based milk, avoid sweetened versions, 1 level teaspoon of turmeric. Powder, 1 pinch of freshly ground black pepper, optionally, add cinnamon, and a drop of coconut oil to enhance the effects. Heat gently without boiling. Drink it warm, preferably at night. It's calming and may even improve your sleep. And if you suffer from nerve pain, this drink might be an unexpected relief. With continued use, many report better sleep, fewer stabbing pains, and even regained sensitivity in extremities. But a word of caution: those who take anticoagulants or have gallbladder problems should consult a doctor before using turmeric regularly. What happens if you ignore these subtle signs from your body? Over time, the damage accumulates. What once was just a tingling can turn into chronic numbness, loss of strength in the hands, or even frequent falls caused by peripheral nerve failure. And if that pain is already part of your routine, get ready. The next drink may act at the root of chronic inflammation, and the results are surprising, especially in the elderly. Drink 3. The red tea that silences inflammation in the mature body. If there's one thing that ages the body from the inside, and that most people ignore, it's low-grade chronic inflammation. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It corrodes joints, disrupts hormones, inflames nerves, and even weakens your immune system. Studies show that this silent inflammation is behind diseases like type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, and even depression in older adults. But there is a warm, flavorful, and powerful drink against this: fermented red tea, also known as pu'er tea. This ancient Chinese tea goes through a natural fermentation process that enhances anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds, such as catechins and polyphenols, which act directly on the liver, gut, and circulation. C-reactive protein, CRP, and may be even more effective than green tea in people over 60. It also improves fat metabolism, helps control cholesterol, and can reduce that abdominal bloating that becomes more bothersome with age. You can drink 1 to 2 cups a day, preferably between meals, so as not to interfere with mineral absorption. The flavor is milder than green tea and slightly earthy, which may be pleasant for those who prefer less astringent drinks. But caution: if you're sensitive to caffeine or have uncontrolled high blood pressure, it's best to moderate consumption or opt for a decaffeinated version. Now, imagine your body working with less inflammation, fewer aches, less fluid retention, and with a more active metabolism. That's what 1 cup a day of this tea can begin to build. And if you think inflammation starts in your joints or nerves, you're mistaken. It begins in your gut. And that's why the next drink is so decisive, because it acts directly on your second brain. Drink 4. The purple probiotic that feeds the gut and clears the mind. In some villages in Eastern Europe, it was common to see large glass jars on windowsills. Inside, a bubbling, colorful liquid would rest for days. It was a tradition passed from grandmother to granddaughter. The natural fermentation of vegetables. This liquid, which many called living water, wasn't just food, it was a home remedy for everything: fatigue, indigestion, low immunity, unexplained sadness. The answer was always the same: drink the purple juice. What those women didn't know, but what science now confirms, is that this artisanal drink made with red cabbage, ginger, carrot, and beetroot is one of the most powerful natural formulas to restore gut health and, with it, the health of the whole body. After 50, our gut undergoes deep changes. The diversity of beneficial bacteria drops, digestion slows, and silent inflammation begins to spread. And worse, when the gut gets sick, it takes the immune system, mood, energy, and even memory along with it. But when you consume a live probiotic like this, made from the spontaneous fermentation of pigmented vegetables, you are literally repopulating your gut flora with living organisms capable of protecting, healing, and rebalancing your body. The intense color comes from anthocyanins, natural pigments that fight oxidative stress and reduce deep inflammation, especially those settled in the gut and spreading to the brain. Researchers from Nutrients revealed that elderly individuals who regularly consume fermented drinks made with purple vegetables report fewer digestive problems, greater mental clarity, and even mood improvement. That's because there is a direct connection between the gut and the brain, the so-called gut-brain axis, when the microbiota is in balance. Neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine begin to be produced at ideal levels again, and the mind responds with more focus, more energy, and more joy. And the most beautiful part of all this is that we're not talking about something expensive, nor about industrial formulas. We're talking about a simple recipe, one that can be made at home with accessible ingredients exactly as the Eastern European grandmothers did for centuries. It's tradition meeting science, and together they deliver something that not even medications can, healing from the inside out. But if you think gut balance is important, wait until you hear about the next drink. It acts directly on the brain and may be the secret to keeping your memory active even after 70. Drink 5, the secret infusion that stimulates memory and may protect the brain from degeneration. There's a scene I'll never forget, the father of a patient sitting in the living room, staring out the window. He wasn't sad or confused, he just wasn't there. His body was present, but his mind seemed to have gone. That image haunts me because it shows what most frightens those over 50. It's not the pain, it's not the weakness, it's losing the mind. It's forgetting your children's names, getting lost on the way home, or not remembering whether you've taken your medication. The brain, when healthy, is a living control center. But when it starts to fail, life loses its color. That's why this last drink isn't just important, it's essential. We're talking about an herbal infusion used for centuries by mountainous communities in India, which is now being studied in American universities for its ability to regenerate brain connections. It's made from a combination of sage, rosemary, and lemon peel, 3 simple ingredients that, together, activate neurotransmitters linked to memory, focus, and the regeneration of nerve tissues. In a study published in the Journal of Psychopharmacology, elderly participants who consumed rosemary extract for just 5 days showed significant improvement in episodic memory, the type that allows you to remember lived experiences. And sage, according to researchers at Northumbria University, acts as a natural inhibitor of the enzyme that breaks down acetylcholine, the main neurotransmitter related to memory. Should be consumed in the morning, on an empty stomach, or alongside a light breakfast. The flavor is fresh and stimulating, and many report a feeling of clarity after just a few cups. But here's an important detail that almost no one tells you on its own. This drink helps, but when combined with certain specific natural nutrients, its effect can be up to 4 times more powerful. That's how the medicinal recipe used by traditional doctors to preserve the brains of their elderly patients was born. This recipe includes a special type of fish, an activating oil, and an uncommon spice, and can be made at home with simple ingredients. It's mentioned in the video pinned in the comments, and those who have tried it say they've never thought the same way again. If you feel that your mind no longer works like it used to, or if you want to ensure it keeps functioning into your 90s or even 100s, you need to watch that content now, because memory loss is a road that starts slowly but ends quickly, and often there's no way back. And if there's one thing the years have taught me, it's that health is never in just one place. You might care for your memory, but if your gut is inflamed, your brain will suffer. You might treat your muscles, but if your nerves are damaged, your body will lock up. Everything is connected. And perhaps this is the greatest flaw of modern medicine, treating each part as if it were an isolated world. The drinks you've discovered today prove the opposite. Beetroot juice, which oxygenates the muscles and awakens your energy. Golden milk, which soothes distressed nerves. Fermented red tea, which reduces the inflammation that corrodes from within. The violet probiotic infusion, which heals the gut where everything begins. And of course, the herbal drink that protects what is most precious, your mind. When you combine these elements, you don't just age, you begin to regenerate. And the most beautiful part? None of this comes from expensive capsules. All of it comes from nature, from traditional knowledge, now backed by science. The difference is that today, you know what works, and you can choose where to begin. But remember, time is the greatest enemy of those who postpone. Each day spent neglecting your health is one step closer to pain, dependency, and forgetfulness. So, I invite you to act today. And if any of these tips touched you, tell me in the comments, which one do you find hardest to put into practice? Because all of us, myself, and everyone reading here with you, want to help you take the first step. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Because sadly, not everyone has access to books, articles, or doctors who share this kind of knowledge. But you can help this information reach those who need it with just one click. And if you want to continue on this path of rebuilding, in the next video, I'll show you a common dietary detail present on the table of most older adults that may be sabotaging your brain without you even realizing it. It's the perfect complement to what you've learned here, and it will open your eyes to something that seemed harmless, but may be accelerating mental decline.